Welcome to the Department of Elections. Hi, I'm Andy Pastelanek, and I'm the manager of the Election Day Support Precinct Services Division. Our division is responsible for maintaining precinct boundaries within the city and county in accordance with California Elections Code, verifying street ranges and valid residential addresses within the precinct boundaries, and producing precinct maps for departmental and public use. We also work with the U.S. Census Redistricting Task Force every 10 years to create new representative district boundaries based on the recent U.S. Census data. In addition to maintaining precinct boundaries, we're also responsible for securing polling places, ensuring polling places are compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act requirements, and coordinating polling place equipment delivery before Election Day and retrieval after Election Day. As you can see, we work closely with the community and other divisions within the department. For more information about the Election Day Support Precinct Services Division, I'll turn you over to your orientation tour guides. We look forward to working with you. Again, welcome to the Department of Elections.
Thanks, Andy. Precinct Services works behind the scenes across the city to ensure a successful election day. One major responsibility of the Precinct Services staff is to ensure there are adequate polling places for voters to cast their vote on Election Day. The department does not own the facilities used as polling places and relies on volunteers and public agencies to supply locations, such as schools, libraries, office buildings, firehouses, and rec centers.
They also rely on owners of private facilities such as garages, businesses, churches, and community centers to provide suitable locations for voting on Election Day. We make every effort to maintain the same polling places for every election and have public institutions and community members who serve the public year after year by hosting polling places and welcoming their neighbors to cast their vote.
For every election, the department contacts the providers of facilities used in the last election to understand their availability for the upcoming election. Every election, about 30 to 70 polling places become unavailable. After determining which polling places must be relocated, the recruitment effort begins. This requires the Precinct Services team to spend time in the field searching for suitable locations to facilitate voting on Election Day. The poll locators make every attempt to identify a centrally located site that complies with the ADA and other laws pertaining to accessibility. Each locator is trained on how to use surveying tools, such as a digital scope level, path of travel level, digital measuring wheel, door pressure gauge, and a voltage tester for checking power outlets. The locators are also introduced to the types of temporary solutions, such as threshold ramps, that the department may use to mitigate accessibility obstacles. The team also considers a list of criteria for choosing a new location that includes geographic and physical access for voters, proximity to public transport, and space available for voting.
The poll locating phase is one of the most important and busiest periods for the division during the election cycle. Starting around 3 months before the election, a team of seasonal poll locators joins the division and receives training to identify suitable facilities, recruit polling place owners, and survey polling places for ADA compliance.
Poll locating teams then receive assignments and work in the field to locate polling places by the deadline of E-48, when the division requires all polling places to be established. Poll locators spend time interacting with the community, informing people about the benefits of hosting a polling place, and representing the department in a professional and inviting manner as they are out in the field. Once they secure a new polling place, they work to ensure all questions are answered and serve as a point of contact with the department. We value our polling place hosts and know that the election could not happen without their generosity and willingness to help.
Approximately 2 weeks prior to the election, the Precinct Services team relocates from the main office to the department's warehouse to organize and deliver voting equipment and supplies such as tables, chairs, voting booths, and voting signs to almost 600 polling places throughout the city. Then, on Election Day, staff who conducted polling place equipment delivery serve as the district support team. District support team members are roving troubleshooters who visit sites and install ADA mitigations, signage, supplemental lighting, and assist with facility-related issues such as power outages, lockouts, spill hazards, and any other issues that render the site inaccessible to poll workers or voters throughout the day. On Election Day, the remaining precinct services staff serve as election center phone bank operators who take calls and address questions related to accessibility of polling places. They support the district's support team and ensure all polling place operations are successful.
Beginning the morning after Election Day, the Precinct Services team returns to the department's warehouse to begin the work of retrieving polling place equipment, which takes place throughout the week following the election. Once all voting equipment has been retrieved from the polling places, the division returns to the department's office at City Hall to begin analyzing the data collected during poll locating, equipment delivery, and retrieval, and Election Day to understand how to best organize and conduct division activities and to identify best practices for future elections. Throughout the year, the division studies and refines its processes in an effort to better serve other divisions within the department as well as the voters of San Francisco. As you can see, Precinct Services staff have a very important job to do and a lot of behind-the-scenes work. Their work supports all divisions and all San Francisco voters to ensure a successful election day for all.